In this video, we're going to focus on dividing fractions. So we can start with this example here. 4 over 3 divided by 2 over 5. And you may have heard the expression keep, change, flip, and that is exactly what we're going to do here. So with the first fraction here, we're going to keep it just the same, 4 over 3. We're going to change the operation symbol, so we're going to change it from division to multiplication. And then we're going to flip this second fraction. So we're going to flip the numerator and denominator spots. So the numerator will now be 5 instead of 2. The denominator will now be 2. And we know how to multiply fractions. We multiply the numerators and denominators separately. So this would be 4 times 5 is 20. And then 3 times 2 is 6. And notice that both these numbers are even, so we can divide them by 2. Divide each by 2. And that is going to give us 10 over 3. And that is our final answer for this problem. And now we can move on to our second problem here. So this problem tells us to do 4 over 5 divided by 8. And before we start, we need to remember to write 8 as a fraction. So we can rewrite 8. We can rewrite 8 as 8 over 1. So we have 4 fifths divided by 8 over 1. And we can do this because 1 just means whole numbers. And we'll do the same thing as last time. Keep, change, flip. So this will turn into 4 fifths. We keep the first fraction, change a division to multiplication, and then flip these numbers. Flip the numerator and denominator. So this will be 1 over 8 or 1/8. And then we multiply. So we will get 4 times 1 over 5 times 8 is 40. 4 over 40, and 4 and 40 are both divisible by 4, so our answer will be 1 over 10. 1 over 10. 4 divided by 4 is itself, and then 40 divided by 4 is 10, so that is our answer. Moving on, we have 9 over 7 divided by 1/3. So we keep, change, flip, keep first fraction the same, change this to multiplication, and then flip our second fraction. We flip the second fraction, and that will be 3 over 1 now, and multiply. This will give us 9 times 3 is 27. 27 over 7, and these do not share any common factors, so this is our answer. And now we can move on to a little bit of a more different problem, and you'll see why. So we can notice that both of these fractions look pretty big. It looks like a pretty daunting problem, but a good thing to do before we divide the fractions is to actually simplify the individual fractions themselves. So we're going to look for factors that the numerator and denominator shares in each of the fractions. So if we look for something that 24 and 36 share, the most obvious and biggest answer is 12. So if we divided 24 by 12, and I can write this here, if we divided, let me change the colors on this. If we divided 24 by 12 and divided 36 by 12, this fraction would turn into 2 over 3. Okay, 2 over 3. And now we're going to look for factors that the second fraction shares. So 33 over 27. And the biggest one that, sticks out to me is that they're both divisible by 3. Okay, they're both divisible by 3. So 33 divided by 3 is going to equal 11. Okay, 11. And then 27 divided by 3 will be 9. And then these fractions, they're simplified into, their simplest terms, so we can go ahead and continue like this. So we're going to keep this fraction, so 2 over 3, change the multiplication symbol change the division symbol to multiplication, and then we're going to flip the numerator and denominator of the second fraction. So this will be 9 over 11, and then we multiply the numerators, so 2 times 9 is 18. is 18. And then 3 times 11 is 33. 33. And then we need to look for factors that 18 and 33 share so that we can simplify it even farther. So 18 is divisible by 1 itself, 9 and 2, and 3 and 6. And 33 is divisible by 1 in itself, and then 3 and 11. So both of these are divisible by 3. So we're going to divide this by 3 again. Divide this by 3 again. And then divide this one by 3. Divide this one by 3. By 3. And then this will turn into 6 over 11. And that is our final answer for this problem. And then we can do a different one as well. So we have 30 over 24, and then we have another fraction line, and then 45 over 72. So if you remember, all the fraction line means is division. All it means is division. So we can rewrite this as, I'll swap the colors here. We can rewrite this as 30 over 24 divided by 45 over 72. Divided by 45 over 72. And now what we are going to do is do the same thing as you did in this problem. We're going to look for factors that the numerators and denominators share. So one that sticks out to me here between 30 and 24 is that they're both divisible by 6. So if we divide both of these by 6, 30 divided by 6 is 5. And 24 divided by 6 will be 4. This is 5 over 4. And then these, the next fraction, 45 over 72, these are a little bit bigger. We can write out some factors. So 45 can be turned into 5. It can be turned into 5 times 9. And 9 can be further simplified to 3 times 3. So 5 times 3 times 3. Okay, and then 72 can be broken into 2 times, well, what's 72 divided by 2? That would be 36. And then 36 can be broken into 6 times 6. And each of those 6's can be broken into a 2 times 3. So 2 times 3 times 2 times 3. And then we can cancel out both of these 3's. So our numerator would be 5. That's all that's left up here. Numerator would be 5. And the denominator would be 2 times 2 times 2. Well, this is 4 times 2, and that is 8. And then it looks like these are simplified, so we can rewrite this fraction. So this would be, keep this first fraction, so 5 over 4. 5 over 4. Change the division sign into a multiplication sign. And then flip these. So this would be 8 over 5. And then we can multiply across. 5 times 8 is 40. And then 4 times 5 is 20. And you'll notice here that 20 is half of 40. So 40 divided by 20, there can be 2 20s that fit into 40. So our answer here would be 2. 2. And you can, simplify this, but 40 divided by 20 would be 2. So that is our answer. Moving on to our last problem, we have a whole number divided by a fraction. Whole number divided by a fraction. Well, we can rewrite 20 as 20 over 1. And then we can go ahead and change this division sign into a multiplication sign. So times 4 over 6. We flip this one. So our 6 would now be the numerator, and the 4 would now be the denominator. So it would be 6 over 4. And we multiply 20 times 6. Well, 2 times 6 is 12, and there's another 0, so this will be 120. 120. And then 1 times 4 is just 4. And now we can divide both of these expressions by 4. So 120 divided by 4. Well, 12 divided by 4 is 3, and there's an extra 0 here, so this will be 30. 30, and then 4 divided by 4 is 1. So our answer is 30 over 1, or just 30. And we are done.